everybody. Welcome to Financial Fun Friday. Good morning. You are welcome here to what? Financial Fun Friday. I am your co-host, Darlene Jenkins, and my other co-host,
Dr. Rita B. Rowland.
Dr. Rita B. Rowland. And we are with ABS Retirement Solutions, and that's who is sponsoring us, where we're always bringing you what's new and, more importantly, what's next in the financial services industry. So for those of you that are joining us for the very first time, because we know you watch us from all over the country and soon all over the world. So if you're looking at us right now on YouTube, please drop it in the comments and let us know what country and what city, state you're tuning in, and leave us a comment. But this is a webinar that we do on the first and third Friday of each and every month. And while we are doing this webinar live, we are also broadcasting simultaneously live on Facebook. So, hey, Facebook, how are you? And because we know you tune in all over the country, right now is when we do our Fun Friday check-in. So drop it in the comments here live on the webinar. And if you're on Facebook, put it in the comments and let us know where you are watching us from, because we appreciate you joining us each and every first and third Friday of the month. And so during this broadcast, what we do is we pull back the curtains so that you can get an in-depth understanding of not only your employee benefits that you have through your employer, but we also give you some tips, strategies, solutions for some of the best retirement options that are out there. So Rita, microphone checker, webinar checker, Facebook checker, YouTube checker, where you checking in from?
They're checking in from the Sunshine State of Florida. They're checking in from the first state of Delaware. Oh, they doing this thing. They like first state, Sunshine State. I'm from the flowers. What's our state?
We the crab state.
I don't know if that's good.
Maryland crabs
in the house. We got DC in the house. Let me see. Facebook a little quiet today. So we got Fort Washington in the house. So they coming in, darling.
Okay,
wonderful. From all over the Sunshine State and the first state.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so any episodes you miss, you can always catch us on our YouTube channel. And if you want to join us live here on the broadcast, where when you talk, guess what? We talk right back to you. You can register by going to our bit.ly, bit.ly/Financial Fun Friday, and join us here. Drop us a note. So thank you so much for joining us. But before we get into today's show, I want to let you know that the information that we're going to be presenting is going to be general in context. And why do we do that? Because we don't know everybody's situation that's watching us now or that will be watching us later on. But what we will do is any information that we cover that you say, hey, Darlene, Rita, my Fun Friday team, you talking to me, you driving down my street now, I need your help. Reach out to us at 301-577-6340. And anything that we go over today or on any broadcast, we will customize it to fit you and your family's particular needs. So thank you so much for understanding, and apply the information that we're going to share today in the areas of your life where you feel it fits best. So Rita, today we are talking about detoxing our financial bad habits. And we're going to cover 7 of them, the main 7 offenders. And we might not get through all of them, but we're going to do as best we can. Well, let's just cover 4 of them. Okay, Rita?
We could do that.
Yeah, so we're going to do that. So we're talking about detoxing some of your financial bad habits. And you know what? If you're on here or if you're on Facebook, drop in the comments and let me know if you're willing to share what is one of your present financial bad habits or past that you detox yourself from? So while you're doing that, we're going to go ahead and jump into these bad habits.
But Darlene, I don't know. I feel a little funny. I feel like you just set me up because this was my truly bad.
See, that's why I said past that you got over it or you're still dealing with it. Not you, Rita, but I'm saying our audience.
No, and I'm gonna help them out. Impulsive buying, you guys, this was really a bad habit for me. I will go into the store to buy one little thing, $5, and I leave out, and here's two examples. When I went to Macy's to buy some pantyhose. Back then they were like $6.99 for some Hanes. I walk out the store and I have $500 worth of suits. Now I went to buy a $6 pair of pantyhose and I leave out with $500 worth of suits. I remember the next time I went to Macy's and the same thing happened. But I was coming to this place of Darlene, of being aware. So I actually called Sophia. You guys don't know her, but she wasn't me and Darlene. She was watching, don't spend it, don't buy this. So I called her while I was in Macy's and I tell her I have 3 suits in my hand. I'm supposed to only get pantyhose. So that was a setup, right? I could have gone anywhere to get pantyhose. I want to go to Macy's every single time to get my pantyhose. And I'm on the phone with her and she said, put the suits down. So I put them down. She ain't trust me. So when I got to the cash register, she said, put your phone on speaker. Let me talk to the cashier. What is she buying? The lady's like, she only have some pantyhose. And then she said, I need you to walk to the car. And when I got to the car, she said, blow the horn. So I know that you're in the car and you're driving out of Macy's. So it's places, things like this. Remember the other time, darling, I went to Eastern Market. If anybody know about the DC area, Eastern Market, I should go there every weekend, get my black soap and some vegetables and fruit. This day I go to get black soap. They were 2 for what, $5 back in the day, Darlene?
Yeah.
I'm supposed to get 2 bars of black soap and leave. I go to looking at the art. I buy $1,100 worth of art. My father had to come with his truck to get the art. Now I go there to spend $5. Maybe I buy 4 bars. I leave out there with $1,100. So impulsive buying will take away your savings. You'll charge things that you don't need because you're impulsive. I used to it was ridiculous. I go traveling, Darlene would tell you, I had to buy a suitcase to bring back all the stuff. Not only did I buy myself a bunch of stuff, I bought every family member something. So I'm going there with a budget of $1,000. I done spent $3,000 on a vacation. Let's just say delivered.
Yes, and some of us are dealing with some impulsive buying right now, and the culprits are Amazon, Temu, that's a new one on the list, Temu, and it's another site, I can't think of the name of it. Oh, and let's not forget our old dear friend, Walmart. And technology has gotten so good, this AI, that they will start making suggestions while you're in there shopping. So they are aiding and abetting your impulsivity.
You can even think about it these days and it somehow
pop up on the side of
that AI is real. Okay. They in your head.
Yes. So we have to stop budget busting with our impulsive buying. So Rita, let's go on to bad habit number 2.
And before we go there, just remember that impulsiveness, as much as we making fun of it, it's a real thing. And for me, it was connected to some emotional places that I was in. And so in addition to just stopping, it didn't just stop because I stopped. It stopped because emotionally things got better for me and I healed in some places. So shopping to be happy no longer became impulsive. And so I no longer need to shop to be happy. Happy became this internal place. But many times shopping, we think of addiction a lot of times, Darlene, as drugs and alcohol. But addiction is anything that you use to take yourself out of a place of really feeling and thinking. So whether for me, my other addiction was working hard, but shopping was like I had clothes, I had pocketbooks and shoes and stuff at Darlene. I had clothes at my other friend, coats at my mother's house, clothes at my pastor house, clothes in my closet. My husband built me a closet downstairs. I had clothes all over the DMV. For what? And still got stuff in my stepmom. He said, can you come get this stuff out this back room? You still got shoes on the door. Like, who needs all this stuff, right? I'm now down to I have no clothes nowhere except them shoes on that door. Because I had come to this place of healing. So as much as we're talking about these are financial bad habits, but these habits, darling, don't come from nowhere. They a lot of times come from an emotional place that we use these things external to fill us. And the reason why they are impulsive, the reason why we keep doing them, because we really not healed. We feel good today. We're good. As soon as we get to that place again and we're in a store, and now it kind of numbs us from really feeling until that bill comes. And then it creates another bad habit, right? So yeah, it's real as you think, oh, I just like to shop. Ask yourself.
No,
Ask
it's a
yourself the
little
question.
bit more. And then also, you know, I've heard many times, many people say, oh, well, I'm in a particular, you know, I'm not feeling good. I'm upset about something. Something has upset me. So I'm going to go have some retail therapy.
Expensive.
No, you're going into debt. And if you're spending up all your money, you can't spend $1 twice. So even if you're paying cash, like, oh, well, I'm good. I'm not going into debt. I'm paying cash. Now, could that cash have been better spent somewhere else, like your retirement account? I'm just saying, or the children. So that whole retail therapy, no, if we need therapy, let's go to the proper people that can deal with those emotional areas that Rita talked about that have us out there in the first place trying to get therapy at Macy's or Nordstrom. And just because they're having a sale, that we're not going to keep using that justification. But I do like a sale. But even those sale items, you know, are the original price. They just marked them back down. Let's stop being fooled. I'm just saying.
Yes.
And, you know, it may take time, but don't take too much time, okay? Your budget is asking you, don't take too much time.
Absolutely.
And so that leads us into that third financial bad habit, Rita, that you just said, you know, hey, we out here shopping. We impulsive. We done went to the store because we need some retail therapy. So we shopping to be happy and not thinking about what? How much debt we are creating, especially if we're using that plastic.
It's not real money. It's a loan. Just so I think people forget it. You know, credit cards are loans. Somebody is loaning you some money and they're expecting a payment the next time or for you to pay them off. And when you don't pay them off, it's a loan. So there's interest attached to it because you use their money for your stuff. And because you didn't have any money and you use theirs, now you owe them, which is what it becomes debt. And you see these bills start to chase us when we're not in control. And so you need to have a plan for that. I met with a client yesterday and she showed me her budget. So in her budget, she had, you know, food, all the stuff on her budget. And then she had credit card debt of $600. And so I asked her, I said, so, but on your debt log, I didn't see any debt. Where did this $600 come from? She said, oh, I pay my cars off at the end of each month. But, you know, I put it up there because, you know, I may buy some groceries, I may go out to eat or something like that. I said, well, then you have it up here twice. She said, what do you mean? I said, this is how we get in trouble. In your budget, you have a line for gas. You have a line for eating out. You have a line for food. So you've already come up in your head that you need this amount of money for those items. Then you got $600 over here for credit. So what it says to me is that you're charging all those things, but you're only paying this $500, which is how your credit card is growing. You can't seem to understand it because if gas was $100 or $200 on your budget, then that $200 should be going to pay that on that card. If the food eaten out is $300, that $300 should be paying the card. So everything that's on your budget, when you use that card, you should be paying it off at the end of the month. Why, Darlene? Because you've already allocated it on your budget. What we do is we allocate it on our budget to take it out of our income, but then we charge it and don't take it out of our income. We blow our income on other things. And now our debt is growing because we totally ignored the fact that we had it in our budget.
And Rita, I'm dealing with a client right now that what you just said is so real and it's living out right now in real time with one of my clients, and it's going to have some real world consequences to her son who is trying to go to college. So she loves to spend, keeps this boy in the latest and greatest of everything. She tells me, you know, like he just turned 18, going to college. She bought him some shoes I have never even heard of before, but to me, they look like space shoes. But anyway, I digress. I'm not judging. But these shoes were $400. And this is my opinion, these are shoes that he can't wear, you know, or shouldn't wear, not that he won't wear them, but shouldn't wear to an interview or to anything formal. So she spends this money on her and him, but now it's time to pay for the deposit, you know, for the tuition for him to go to school. And she don't have it. So now she's looking, you know, she wanted to take money off of her policy. Well, you already did that before. And so she's like, oh, well, you know, and, you know, just sometimes when we're talking out loud, I said, well, do you have anybody you can borrow the money from? Well, she done burnt all them bridges because she's borrowed money. So her debt is literally chasing her, and now it's going to play out on her son. You know, I hope he can still go to school. I'm sure she's going to figure out something, but those are some of the consequences that happen when we allocate on our budget to do certain things, as Rita said, but then we blow it somewhere else because we don't put it on the credit card and we barely making the credit card payment.
And Rita just said something so powerful that it's chasing her, but it's going to chase him because now instead of having money to save for school, he's now going to have to get loans and other things so he can go to school. So that student loan debt and all of that is going to now chase him because she hasn't done the right thing. And we all, look, I'm a living witness, testimony coming through on the other side. All of this we talking about, we could talk about it because I was the worst at all of this. And sometimes when you think you know a thing, you know, you're smart, you make enough money, so you think you can pay it, or, you know, I'm a financial planner, I'm good, I'm an accountant. All of those thoughts come to your head to give you justification why you can do a thing because you can redeem yourself on the back end. But you understand that thing can compound so quick. And when you got debt and the interest is basically the whole payment and you're not paying more than that, all you're doing is paying interest like it's not growing, because look at what's being charged for interest. Your payment is $302, your interest is $279. So you want to know why your bill is not changing. It only went down $27. Why? Because most of that was interest. So it's very important that you pay attention, because this thing right here is real.
Is real. And just a side note to that, Rita, and then we're going to move on to our next bad habit. But the interest rates are going up. I don't know if you've looked at your credit cards recently, but when the interest rates go up, that trickles down to us in the form of increased credit card payments. Check to see if your credit limit has been lowered on that card. What's your, you know, debt usage on that card? And so that interest rate went up. Me and my dad, we have car insurance together. Our car insurance rate went up because of inflation. It went up. I'm like, hold up, we both getting older. It should be going down. We've proven ourselves to be safe drivers. So that debt can compound in ways, even if you are not charging anymore. So just please keep that in mind. But our other thing we want to talk about, them credit cards, Rita, using it like it's free money. Is that free money, Rita?
Nope. It's bonding. It's really bondage. You're not free at all. Credit card is really, if you're not using it effective, let me be very clear. It is not bondage if you are using it the proper way. You can afford to use it a certain way and you have control. It is only bondage to people who are not in control. But when you're in control, it can be free money. Why? Because most credit cards, if you know your dates where you can charge, you can get a good 45 days before the first payment is due. So if you don't use your cards like we just discussed, and you say, okay, I'm using this card. If you have those float days when you know when to charge, you could pay it off in 45 days. So it could give you another 15 days to have the money where you never have to worry about paying interest. And so you may want to say, okay, this card I use to pay gas, food, and eating out. This card is for any household things, but just be mindful to look at your budget and to know what you have allocated for those things. And if you're using credit cards because of an emergency, my car broke down, there's something happening in the house, I need a furnace. That means, Darlene, that our reserves and our savings for those emergencies are not in place. So credit cards should not also be your emergency plan. But for many of us, if you don't have a plan for it, it becomes what? Your emergency. And now you got a $5,000 emergency on it that you had to fix the roof. You had to fix the leak. You had to fix your car. Those things are real. Like you can't live in a house where you don't have the water tank gone. But that's why budgeting becomes important and planning for those what ifs in life. Because when you don't have a plan for them, credit becomes your what if, or loans become the what if.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, Reed, look, we would love to go over the remaining 4 to 5 that we have, but our time is up. So we will just we're going over this information to let you know that it takes planning. And that's what we've been saying. You have to plan for these things. But planning is, Alan Lakin said, planning is bringing the future into the present right now, looking at what we're doing right now so that we can do something about it now. Bring the future back here to the present so that we can do something about it right now. And guess what? Your Financial Fun Friday team is right here to help you along the way. So contact us today so that we can help you map out a strategy to put all of the pieces together. You can contact us at 301-577-6340, or you can go to our website and complete a form, Your AB Solutions Inc. /RFC form. Request for consultation form, RFC form. So please reach out to us. This has been a great time today. Rita, I have enjoyed ourselves. We hope you got something out of this. Put a comment in the chat. If you have any questions, if you want us, we have some more, so come back. We'll be back on August the 4th. That's my baby's birthday. She's going to be 22. So we'll be back here August 4th, the first Friday in August. And when you come, bring 2 people with you and then share it over on your Facebook page. So if you're on here today, make sure you share this video. Rita, is that how it works? You share what's going on right now on the main line on your page.
Because many people have this problem. And so maybe you can just bring light to some places, because we take so much things for granted in the system. We ain't going there. Y'all know me, I could go a little hard. It is not designed, especially, and teach your children about this credit debt. We're going a minute over. I'm going to take 60 seconds. Teach your children, because when I was in college, my brother was working for the government as a GS2, whatever it was, making money as a budget analyst in the government. Now I'm a college student at George Washington University. They gave me credit cards when I didn't have a job, but would not give credit cards to him who had a job. So the system was designed, Darlene, I was set up by the time I graduated from college. My father worked at George Washington University. I had no student loan. We were so, I ain't gonna say we were poor. We didn't have a lot of money. So I had grants and everything, but I left school with 8 credit cards. Visas, MasterCards, theirs. I had a J.C. Penney, Montgomery Ward back in the day. So they would come in the yard and give us some pizza or a t-shirt to get a credit card. You see how we were programmed. I'm going to get a credit card for a pizza that was $5, and they bought them in bulk. So they probably got it for $2. So teach your children this too, because when we learn early, it doesn't hit us later. So teach them.
Exactly. So share it out on your page. Everybody reach one to teach one. So share this video out. Tell them to join us on August the 4th. We appreciate you joining us today, and we'll see you back here on August the 4th. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.